Again, Peyton Manning, more than likely, I would say, for me, I'm going to put the bets on like 99% that he's going to retire. I'd be shocked. I'm completely shocked if he comes back for another season. He just needs to go out on top, just like Elway did with Denver, and just ride off into the sunset and do what he needs to do. Brock Osweiler stepping in, there's going to be some growing pains, honestly. He was 5-2 as a starter, completed 62% of his throws, but he just didn't look as efficient. His QBR was 24th in the league, so I mean there's going to be some concerns there. And then Malik Jackson, who's probably not going to be retained, is going to be a big loss for Denver. So out of the top 5, Tom, who do you think is the best chance to win the Super Bowl next year?
Well, I actually think Seattle had an off year, and I know Micah, one of our friends, is going to be happy that I'm about to say this. So I think that Seattle might be in the Super Bowl next year, and I think it could be a New England Patriots Seattle Super Bowl again. I have a thing that with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick going one more year together. They are going to go together, but I still see that Russell Wilson needed some time to work out some of the kinks that he had this year. He didn't look that fantastic in the beginning, but once they got their group together, their offense working and defense, they looked like a sound group near the second half of the season. And I also had one thing about the Broncos for Brock Osweiler. There have been some talk that he might actually go to the LA Rams. It's not official or anything like that. They're just rumors, but I could actually see that since Nick Foles might be going back to the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's interesting. I mean, again, Seattle did have an off year, and I would say that if they had home field advantage against Carolina, I'm picking Seattle in that game just because, let's be honest, it's hard to win up there. They did have a couple losses up there, and granted, Cam Newton actually won there, but again, getting the playoffs, that atmosphere is just insane for Seattle. So again, I'm not going to be surprised if they're back in there. They're one of the NFC's top teams, no question about it. Rolling down here, 6-7, Pittsburgh at 6, Green Bay at 7, no question about that. I think for Green Bay it's obvious they need a running game, and Eddie Lacy needs to drop 30 pounds. As a Packers fan, Tom, obviously you know that. And they're going to get back Jordy Nelson, which is huge for them. 8 is Cincinnati. Again, not surprising there. Cincinnati did all they could in that game against Pittsburgh in the playoffs with A.J. McCarron. I think he played as efficiently as possible. It's just that defense just let up a couple of errors late. 9 is Kansas City, and then 10, Minnesota. They just need a QB. Minnesota needs a wide receiver to complement Teddy Bridgewater. They just need a wide receiver that's going to be as efficient, I would say, as a true number one. I think they don't have a true number one at this point. I think if they are going to develop Minnesota to be a contender in the NFC, they're going to have to get a wide receiver. So, Tom, out of the rest of the top 10, Minnesota, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh, one of those dark horse teams that, again, could, if everything swings right for them, sneak into the Super Bowl next year.
Top 2, one for the NFC would be definitely the Minnesota Vikings. Their turnaround in the NFC North was just, it surprised me. Teddy Bridgewater actually looked like a somewhat decent quarterback, and as you said, he just needs a wide receiver to complement. With this free agency, I have not actually seen who the free agents for wide receivers are, but if Minnesota were to give up maybe a draft pick or two to acquire a senior wide receiver, I could see them going into the Super Bowl. My AFC would actually be Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith, he doesn't have that much time left, and I feel that with his final push and the defense that the Chiefs actually had shown in their conference play, they were 10-2. I could see the Kansas City Chiefs possibly making it to the Super Bowl. That's the closest AFC top 10 that you said that I could see possibly going into the Super Bowl.
So, Tom, you mentioned free agents. Let me just I just pulled off the list here off NFL.com. The top 20 unrestricted free agents for 2016. So let me just go down for you. Number 1, Von Miller, obviously for Denver. Josh Norman, number 2 for Carolina. Muhammad Wilkerson from the Jets, 3. The wide receiver comes at 4. Alshon Jeffrey, who has been fantastic. Again, pretty solid in his own right. Corey Glenn from the Bills, the tackle at 5. JPP from the Giants at 6. Eric Berry, number 7 from Kansas City. Malik Jackson, again, as I mentioned, from the Broncos, is really a top free agent as well on the tackle, on the defensive end. Oliver Vernon from the Dolphins, number 9. 10, Doug Martin. And then as it goes down here, you have Bruce Irvin from Seattle, Russell Okung also from Seattle, Eric Weddle, Sam Bradford, Kirk Cousins, Matt Forte, Andre Smith, Danny Trevathan, Janoris Jenkins, and rounding out the top 20, as you mentioned, Brock Osweiler as well. Also notable free agents for this offseason, Derek Johnson, Chris Ivory, Kelvin Beachum, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kadaloy Nada, Lamar Miller, Prince Amukamara, and Quan Bolden. So, I mean, that's a lot of free agents that is going to be pretty impressive. So, there we go. Sorry about that. So, again, a lot of impressive free agents coming out of that class. So I think this year is going to be a year where people are going to probably overbid, I would say, for most of the top players. Your thoughts on that?
I agree. Looking at I just pulled up the wide receivers and the quarterbacks that are going to be going on to the free agents as well. And I could see a lot of people overpaying for big names. Riley Cooper, I actually was looking at, and he was released. I'm surprised that the Eagles did not want to trade him or try and get something good for him, especially since Nick Foles is coming back. They were a good matchup back in 2014. That's
okay. Cool.
It's going to look interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, Tom, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the NCAA tournament. It's coming up in a couple weeks. The brackets are going to come out, and it's going to be good. I'm going to give you my overall number 1 seeds, what I'm seeing thus far, and the one team in particular that I think could surprise everybody and get to the Final Four. I think they're arguably one of the most complete teams in the country. Coming out of the Pac-12, a little bit of a bias. I'll tell you who it is right after the break. So we're going to throw on some music here. Here is some Odessa, All We Need on the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Cerrone on Spreaker Radio.
away.